Hello, friends. Hope y'all are having a fantastic Wednesday. I feel like it's been a long time since we stamped because I went on a quick 5-day trip this weekend. Hey, Susie. And so it feels like I haven't seen y'all in a while, but I did my video, went on my trip the next day. So I'm turning a milestone birthday in September. My hair's got this big bump on it. And we decided to go to Disneyland to celebrate. That's one of my favorite places on earth. And we had a blast. So it was, the weather. It was like highs in the 80s, mid 80s, 85, and lows in the 60s. So we had jackets on at night and in the morning, which was great. Hey, Susie. So it was great. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and you guys, hope you ever get a chance to go to either Disneyland or Disney World at some point in your life, but I do think it's one of the happiest places on earth. I know milestones are fun, Susie. I'll probably be singing a different song in September, but I'm good. I feel good. So, anywho, we are going to make something super cute as always tonight. I wanted to start with this set as one of my first sets that we used for our videos, our Facebook Lives, because this is a set that's quite versatile as far as fall, Halloween, Christmas, and I like to show those first because I hate to get into like November and we didn't do anything with Halloween or fall. So we'll be looking at, thank you, Susie. We'll be looking at 3 cards made with this set today. I'm going to make one and show you 2 others. But I love this set for its versatility. We've got either fall or Christmas or frankly summer. If you wanted to make these lemons, whatever. I used apples. We've got, of course, Halloween and then Christmas. And then, of course, we've got fall sentiments, Christmas sentiments, and hi, Mary Lynn. Good to see you. And some Halloween sentiments, of course. So let me bump y'all around and get started on our video. Okie dokie. I think this time I may have my camera figured out. Sorry, last week you got to go on a roller coaster ride with me and my camera. Okay, this is the cutie card we're making. It's a back to school card using the Festive and Bright. So you may have seen fall, Halloween, Christmas, but I saw back to school, probably because we just did some back to school shopping yesterday, and our kids start school on Monday. So that's on my mind. But I also wanted to show you a couple other cards that I made with it. We'll look at these more closely in a minute. But so Festive and Bright is what we're making, and we're going to make this cute back to school card. Okay, so if you are in the world and you're a teacher, I suspect you're maybe not looking forward to school starting. It's tricky with the Delta variant and kids, and teachers need a pick-me-up. Okay, so here's a fun way. Send a handmade card with a little treat the first day, okay? I did this last year, and oh my gosh, I got return notes from teachers that were some of the nicest notes I've ever gotten. So just extravagantly surprise someone that's a teacher, and you will not regret it, okay? So we're going to make this back to school card, and I just wanted to go with bold primary colors. So I picked the colors that made me think of a school classroom: red, yellow, blue, green. And that's what I chose. So I've got Granny Apple Green for my base, and then I'm using this designer series paper from the Brights collection. I'll show you. I've just got it in a pile here, but it's basically all the pretty prints, 4 different prints with all of the Brights colors, okay? So super versatile. I'll tell you, there's only 4 sheets of each color in each pack. So I usually order these packs in multiples because you will find that you will need more than is in one pack. Okay, so go ahead. Hey, Betty, go ahead and put a couple packs in. Debbie, good to see you, on your order. Now, what was I going to say? Completely lost my train of thought. All right, so first we're going, and I will get these dimensions up on my website, and you will get all those dimensions when you get the email each week from the projects that I make. So make sure, if you're not getting my emails, to Facebook message me your email address so I can add you to my email list, because that's where all the fun instruction sheets come. Alright, so I actually I could have put the adhesive on the designer paper, but for whatever reason I put it on the card. I don't know why. So that's going there. And then I'm just going to put one little stick down here. And I think this is going to catch. I thought it might catch both pieces, but it's not. Get a little sliver down there for my Daffodil. So this is Poppy Parade Pacific Point Daffodil Delight Designer Series paper. Super cute patterns. I just think it's pretty eye-catching. That's a cute enough card in and of itself. But we're going to plus it up majorly here. Okay, so I'm using thick white for this part of the project. It's important when you're using blending markers to use thick white. And I have a block that is big enough for this stamp, which I don't know if that's going to work, but it might. I literally just had it earlier today. Oh, here it is. It was leaning up against my emboss machine. So you're going to need this block when you use this stamp set. And it is, let me tell you what block it is. I didn't put this in the items that you would need. This is the I block. It's a block that you may not have, but you probably should get, because for these types of stamps, this is pretty much what you need. Alright, so we need this stamp, and then we also need the one that just says greetings. So I'm going to go ahead and get that stamp on a block before I lose it. It's teeny. Okay, so what's cool about this set of stamps is the bundle is that we've got these 3 stamped images, okay, but what you've got to go with it are these little lined things that basically cut on either side of these images, okay? So that's cool. And you've also got some freebies in here, a little sentiment deal that holds the sentiments the right size, a sprig that goes with the Christmas. You've got an apple that can go here, some little spooky ghosts, some Christmas lights, and then some little apple leaves, okay? So don't forget the bonus dies, but the stars of the shows are these little dies. And what I did is I just first figured out like which dies go with what stamp. And the way I did that is just by holding it like this, okay, like not that. I think this goes with, yeah. So this one, I figured it out earlier. I think you have to, yeah, hold it right up to the apples. Anywho, this is, I went ahead, let me grab one of the other ones where it's a little bit more obvious. So this little guy lines up. I guess those aren't shown at size. That's why that's not working. Let me show you. That way. Oh, I remember now what happens. It's bizarre. It took me forever to figure this out. But what you want to do is you want to have the cutting side of the die facing you. Hey, Dawn. And then you can line it up with the stamp, okay? So if you have the cutting side face down against the box, you won't understand. You've got to have the cutting side towards you so you can figure out which die goes with which stamp, okay? And then what I did is I went ahead and said, okay, this one, and there's a tiny little thing here that says 2B, okay? 2B. And I just wrote up here, to be Christmas, okay? So go ahead and figure out what little dies there are. I'll tell you, this one and this one, if you're looking at them, they're kind of got the jaggedies. They're Halloween. The ones that are a lot less jaggedy and almost look like a coastline are the Christmas, and then the apples are kind of in the middle, okay? So there's your key. You won't have to figure that out yourself. That took me a hot minute earlier today figuring that out, but now you don't have to. That's why I'm here for you. All right, so I'm gonna stamp these apples though with soft suede, and I just chose soft suede because it's a little bit softer than Memento, and I thought that looked pretty with our little apples. And I felt like there were a little bit more apples facing that way, so that's the way I did it. And you want to just get this up to the edge. There's nothing magical about it. Boom. Okay. And then what you're going to do is grab your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and your little border die that goes with the apples. Okay, and you will see, now since I've stamped the image, now I'm going to line it up this way. That's not the right one. We need the other apple. It's very obvious once you find the right one. See? Boom. Okay, so I've got the correct apple border here. And I'm going to get my emboss machine and bring it over to you. And I'll show you how I do this. Okay? So I'm going to do this here, and I'm going to set this here. See if y'all can see this. Okay. And I'm just going to pull this right up to where I can see just the barely line. And then I'm going to go ahead and put a Post-it note right there to trap that in. And then of course we will get another, did I put my stamp mat on there? That would absolutely not work. Okay, I'm gonna run this sucker through. And it's gonna make the cutest little border. Okay. Voila. Ta-da. Okay. Oh, I ripped it. I shouldn't have pulled off that. I pulled off the, whatchamacallit, too fast. Post-it. All right, so I'm going to put my border die back, but there you go. So just keep in mind, go ahead and label all your dies. I'll tell you 3A is apples, 3B is apples, 1A is Halloween, 1B is Halloween, 2A is Christmas, and 2B is Christmas. So you can jot that down. You can go back and listen again on the recording if you didn't get that. Okay. Now what we're going to do, we're going to use Granny Apple Green and Poppy Parade blending markers, okay? So we're going, oh, and soft suede. No, I did not use soft suede. I'm sorry. I used soft suede ink. So let's start with our apples. I'm going to use I just use one color of Poppy Parade. You could use both, the dark and the light, but I just kind of just use the light. All right, thank you, Kathy, for sharing. Everyone else can share. Of course, I'll draw for the person to receive this card that shares this video, so that's exciting. All right, what we're going to do is just color in these apples with the Poppy Parade. Isn't that cute? Of course, this could be lemons if you colored them yellow. They could be peaches. They could be plums. Basically, any fruit you could imagine. Oh, oranges. Okay, so I just was seeing apples. And honestly, apples really grow on trees, but I wanted them to grow on this vine, so that's how I'm doing it today. Dun 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 dun. You could be more careful. I'm just giving you a quick rundown of how to color this. I find it's a little easier to color the apples first because then it kind of lets the leaves stand out a little bit more. And then I am taking my light granny apple. And you know what? Actually, I think I'm going to use dark granny apple for this. I used light for my original one, but I think this is going to look good. So all I'm coloring in here is the vine, or the branch, okay? It's going all the way in. You could also do this soft suede, but I just wanted all these bold, bright colors in my card. So I'm just following this branch all the way down, all the way down. Okay, now this is just a little trick. When I'm using Stampin' Blends, I like to, instead of like going wild with leaves, if the leaves have two sides, I just do one side dark and one side light. And it gives you the illusion of some really fancy coloring, but with great simplicity, okay? Which I'm always about something that's pretty, but also simple. So that's just a little trick I use with leaves when there's two sides, is I do one side light and one side dark. And I don't really have like a pattern of how I do it. I just kind of alternate here and there, and some are dark, some are light. That's how I do it. Okay, it just makes it look a little bit more interesting. You could just use one color, but this is so simple. It's a little trickety trick. So our blending markers are alcohol-based markers, and they are great for coloring. If you've never used a blending or alcohol-based marker, it will definitely surprise you. They go onto the paper like butter. I do like to use thick white paper when I'm doing this. It soaks up that ink really well and stops it. I can see I didn't get that other half of that. So yeah, I love the blending markers. They're fantastic. So they come in pairs, and this set is Granny Apple Green. The other set I would recommend for this card is Poppy Parade. And I just love to color. I could do this all day long. All right, now I can see I skipped a couple of these the first time. I'm sure you guys were like noticing that. I'll come in here, finish up my areas that I skipped. The cool thing about something this detailed is you can kind of scribble out of the lines at times and it's not very noticeable. Okay, so there you have your cute little border, apple border. All right, I'll bring y'all back up again. All right, now all I'm gonna do at this point is stamp. Now, there was no obvious back to school stamp in this set. I think the intention was fall, Halloween, Christmas. But I feel like greetings can work for anything. So greetings just says greetings. Nothing fantastic or fancy about that. Now, I did not do this the first time, but what I'm going to do this time is start with the lightest ink first and work my way up, okay? Because you can get, your pads can get kind of yucky if you mix dark into light, but the lighter into dark is not that big of a deal. I don't have my stamping cleaner next to me, so I'm just using a little wipey, but you want to get it good and clean between each color, okay? So the colors I'm using are crushed curry. Oh, actually I used crushed curry. I think I misspoke earlier. Pacific Point, Poppy Parade, and Granny Apple Green. Okay, so those are the inks you need to put on your list if you don't already have them. And don't forget your re-inkers. You always want to just grab the re-inkers because there's absolutely not that our ink pads need re-inking often. They last a very long time. But there's just nothing worse than being in the middle of a project and you realize your stamps pad is low on ink. Oh, I'm so glad you were on the fence, and I hope that I've gotten you off the fence. I just saw it for even more than it was. So even though it's got 3 obvious uses, I see lemons, I see so many things. So I'm gonna have to make a lemon card now that I've said that. Okay, greetings, greetings, greetings. Now, we are going to, I don't have them over here, my apologies, but I did put some holiday rhinestones on my card, so you can do that. You can put regular rhinestones, but I love the green holiday rhinestones, or the Pacific Point holiday rhinestones here. I thought those were a great fit, so you can add that to your card. And we're just going to pop this up with dimensionals. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 in the middle to grow on, since that's such a big piece. Okie dokie schmoky. Putting that down. Ta-da! So cute, isn't it? Alright, so the Festive and Bright bundle, you really need the dies. The dies are really the star of the show here, making these cute borders, okay? But let me show you my other cards. So we have a Halloween version, alright? Pumpkin pie. This is the cute Halloween designer paper, and I've got links to every product that I used in each of these 3 cards in this Facebook post, okay? So I went ahead and did that for you this week. And of course you're going to use the die that goes with the hats. I used Basic Black, Highland Heather, Pumpkin Pie blends, as well as Daffodil Delight, and this is Soft Suede. I think I left the Highland Heather blends off the list, but you can get that. Memento ink and Pumpkin Pie ink. Our cute Halloween stars go here, okay? So those are great. They're just, you just stick them on. All right, so that's our Halloween card. And then our Christmas card is fantastic. And it uses the Sweet Stockings designer paper. I've colored it with Daffodil Delight, Poppy Parade, and Pool Party. I use the Evening Evergreen ink, which is a great neutral. Okay, so it's a great neutral dark green. It's also in this paper. And then these are called matte self-adhesive dots. And let me make sure that's what they're called. Yes, I see matte decorative dots. My apologies. There's the Sweet Stockings paper, but here is that cute bundle. It's the last bundle in the catalog. But there we go. And you can see these. See, they've made a obvious fall project here with the apples. But I went with back to school. And then here's another cute Christmas project. Loving it. And don't forget that our bundles, when you go to the back page, you can find one more project using that bundle. Okay, so you've got this cute little Halloween project too. And you can see the die cuts on either side, so don't think that it can only cut on one side. It cuts on this side, you can cut it on both sides, so you've got dies for either side. All right, and all the instructions will be on my blog. All these items that are used to make these projects are listed in the link right here in this post. Now, do not forget, the Festive and Bright bundle is here. It is summer Saleabration, all right? So it's just shocking to me that we have Saleabration smack in the middle of summer, and I'm ecstatic, all right? There's just nothing that I can say other than it's awesome, all right? So we've got our first free item is the Bedazzling paper here. These items are free with a $50 purchase. So don't make a $40 purchase, make a $50 purchase. Plus it up, you deserve it. It's summertime, you need a break. We've got penguin paper, which is free with a $50 purchase. You can see these cute cards we made last week with the penguin paper. I just made that today. I thought it was so cute. All right, and we have a set called Feels Like Home. Really pretty to color. We have this hand beautifully penned designer series paper that's free with a $50 purchase. Of course, we've got this gorgeous Peaceful Deer paper. Again, here in these cards. I made a card using this last week, so you'll want to watch that. Hi, Jewel, and see those cards if you missed it. They're on my YouTube channel now, and also in my email and on my blog, papermadeprettier.com. So Peaceful Deer bundle is what you can purchase out of the catalog and get this Peaceful Prints designer paper free if you add just a little something to your order to get that up to 50. Of course, these cute sheep, they're everywhere. We're going to have to make a card with those really soon. We have textures and frames. That's a cute set. The Summer Shadows dies couples with the Shaded Summer stamp set in the annual catalog. And this is free with a $100 purchase. It's a stepped up fancy set of dies. And then we have this Delicate Dahlia. And I showed y'all this. My friend Cindy made me this gorgeous card using it. So that's another of the distinctive stamps, which are fabulous. And we've got a specific host set that you can get free with a $300 purchase or party. Yes. So it's in your words. It's got lots of cool sentiments. And don't forget, when you get your starter kit, which is $125 for only $99, you can choose a free bundle, okay? So I have a link here to all the bundles in the catalog that are free on my blog, last week. But I'll just whip you through those again real quick. We have the Frosted Gingerbread. We have Christmas Pine Cones, Christmas Season, Whimsical Trees, the Deer Builder Punch bundle, the Penguin Place bundle, Stockings Dies, Cabin Die, or Peaceful Cabin bundle, sorry, Arctic Bears bundle, the Beautiful Leaves bundle, I think that's it, nope, Gorgeous Leaves bundle, of course we'll make something with that, and Harvest Dies. Okay, Nature's Harvest bundle, sorry. I just went straight for the dies. But you can pick any of those free bundles that I just showed you when you get your starter kit. $125 in items for only $99, okay? So I hope you enjoyed this video, and you can make other projects using Festive and Bright, and when you do, I want you to tag me. Make a project and show me. I would love to see what you come up with. All right, guys, have a great night. Bye-bye.